Live, and we are live here with Secret Elite. We do this Wednesday week. My name is Josh Denny. I have the privilege of hosting today's webinar. We have an incredible webinar lined up next week and every week. Next week's going to be with Mr. Joseph Valenzuela, Mr. Ben Bradshaw. We'll be talking about positioning with nutrition and some of the incredible programs here with the products and some great strategies. So make sure you for that incredible webinar. This week, they get to explore social media. I'm really excited about that. And for all those people that are brand new to the Secret family, welcome. We're excited you're here. In fact, just joined us. So where you're broadcasting in from. I see Serena. Hi, Serena. Glad you're on. We're excited to be bringing content we know works. If you're brand new to start with this, understand that every week you can plug in and you can get access to the community, access to experts that are going to help you build your business. This is a free service, which is great. We've got experts from all over the global secret community that have achieved extraordinary results, going to be giving you tips, strategies, how-tos, can shorten your learning curve to help you to where you want to go as fast as you can possibly get there, or as fast as you allow yourself to get there. And that's the goal. Shorten the learning curve, help you win. So welcome, everybody. Hey, Jermaine, John, glad to have you here, sir. Paula, Steve M. Crane, glad to have you on. Melanie, hey, hope you're getting better. Yesy, much love to you. Barbara, Melissa, Alan LeGuatin, Chris, Lydia, Chantel, Jessica, hey guys. Okay, so we'll officially start this, and then we're going to take some time for some questions and answers towards the end. I like to keep these webinars as short as possible to give you some information in a timely format, and then give opportunity to stand the line and ask questions, answer questions, and collaborate together. So I'm fired up about the social media train, and a few things I want to say about social media before I introduce our special guest is like almost anything. I think today most of us realize that it's a dominant force in almost every life, at least to the most part in the Western civilization, and even now in the East. It's a very important segment of what we do day to day. Most of us live here. I said this at our family reunion, and I'll keep saying, I think you probably heard about it before. I believe this device here is the new television. Okay, it's all going here. This is our device. This is to the world, as television was for at least the latter part of the last 5 decades. It's shifting. This is where it all is, and social plays a way, or plays a part where we can connect in other parts of the world, and in other genres and other areas of life that we may not have previously been able to have connection with. And we can find common ground with people and connect with them and build relationships and be able to take those relationships and be able to get all sorts of wealth out of it. Not monetary wealth, but educational wealth. Just learning to expand our mind. Of course, some people that are like-minded like us are going to want to participate with what we're doing. So one of the things you don't want to do is spam the heck out of your social media. That nothing from a person like that. And you probably know this. Some of this stuff may be basic knowledge, but from the overwhelming majority, unfortunately, it's not. People tend to just they get excited and they just go blast everybody. And you don't want to do that. In dating, if you're gonna date somebody, you certainly aren't gonna, when you first meet them and shake their hand, you're not gonna try to reach in and give them. That's not gonna happen. Being married, I'm lucky I get my kisses, but in order to really have some good time with my wife, that you can't just go jump in the situation fast and in any relationship where you're attacking someone. And sometimes we do that just in people's faces, and you got to learn to share. I got a few things I want to share about this, but before we get into this, Jordan Bastardo is a platinum agent with Secret. He's used social media incredibly effectively. He's got 22,000 plus followers organically on Instagram. He does an amazing job. He's done most of our video editing people, but he's also an expert. He's been hired as a consultant at a high level for large corporations and huge personalities to manage their social campaigns and give them real advice on the brand strategy, what to do, and how to make the most of your skill to be able to recruit. And here in Secret, he's done incredibly well. Like I said, he's a platinum agent and recruited 20 people within a few weeks. Social media. So we're going to talk about the social strategies that can help you get to where you want to go quickly, but at the same time being able to create a real, a real social network that has true value. So Jordan, I'm excited you're here. Thanks for taking the time to be with us this evening and to share your wisdom and your knowledge with all the incredible Secret family here. Hand it over to you and I'll ask you a few questions, but if you kind of give everyone a little bit about your background and kind of your take on the social space and what people can do to maximize their social networks and social sites to be able to grow a big business.
Awesome. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, my name is Jordan Bastardo. Thank you so much for having me on. I actually kind of got the notification, the confirmation that I was going to be able to join you guys tonight just a couple minutes ago, so I'm super excited about it. And I want to share with you guys tonight just a couple different tips and tricks on how you can leverage social media a little bit better to be able to go out and build your business and connect with more people in a positive way. Before I dive into any of that, I'll kind of give you guys my background. And once we're done with that, we're going to go through this content quick. There's a lot of stuff, and I'm going to give you as much as I can without having like a full training course. But you guys will want to make sure you're taking notes. You'll want to make sure you're reviewing this video, getting it to your team, stuff like that. Because if everyone's learning this content and going out and practicing it on a regular basis, we're going to be able to go out and blow up our businesses really, really fast because we're reaching more people in shorter time with less effort because we're working more efficiently and effectively. We want to work smarter, not harder, right? So my name's Jordan Bastardo. I just turned 27 actually this last month, February 1st. And I got my start in San Diego. I grew up a surf kid, long hair, always on the beach, skateboard and stuff like that, and moved to Idaho in high school. Right out of high school, I was actually a professional snowboarder for a few years and was living in the Lake Tahoe area and doing that. And it was a blast, guys. I mean, traveling around, competing with guys that I looked up to my entire life. Now I was right beside and doing contests and filming for videos and shooting photos for magazines and stuff like that. And unfortunately, I ended up falling and getting hurt. And I learned that, many of us, it's kind of like we trade time for money. For me, I was trading like my body to be able to go out and work. And there was only so much my body could take. And when I realized that my body wasn't invincible, a light bulb went off for me where I was like, man, I need to figure out something that I can go out and build an income that when I'm sick, when I'm hurt, if I want to go on vacation, if I want to do all these types of things, you guys know that's why you're here. I want that type of income that's going to pay me whether I'm hurt or not, whether I'm sick or not, whether I'm, anything's great or everything's, a little bit off tilt. I want to be able to continue to make money. And I moved back to San Diego, started going to school, took some business classes, ended up transferring over to an art school, and got into the fashion industry and started my first company by myself. And we were making men's and women's jeans and streetwear in Los Angeles. And that was my first go at business. And I faced all the other struggles and challenges of, the overhead and all that different stuff. And running a small business, it's kind of just like you own your own job. And from there, I ended up working with my parents in the newspaper industry for about 4 years. I worked 7 days a week, middle of the night, 12 a.m. to 8 a.m., wasn't afraid of hard work. I had money, but no time really. And, it's so rare that we see people that get both of those things at the same time. And unfortunately, I got called into a meeting and we were notified that we had about a week left to work. The company was bought out. Everyone was a private contractor and that was it. We were let go. So I very quickly was looking for something in my life, and I still had these ideas. I still had this desire to travel, like, back from snowboarding and this different stuff. And I wanted to be able to go out and do these type of things, but I didn't know how to get it. And one of my buddies actually connected me with Joseph Valenzuela, and the rest is history. We got started about 4 years ago. We went out and built an amazing team all over the country and into a couple other countries. And, the result of our success is just it's just because of all the hard work and training that we did, being on these type of webinars, taking the notes, following the instruction, and just really going out and applying it, not taking time, not wasting time to go from learning something to applying something. That was probably the biggest tip that I ever got, was just, immediately trusting our leadership and not really wondering why, because they have our best interest in just going out and applying it. So through that process, I learned how to leverage social media stuff, being in snowboarding, being behind cameras, being around all that stuff. I loved it. I was passionate about it. And I wanted to learn how I could go out and build my business with those tools, because I was meeting people on Instagram on the other side of the world. I was meeting people on Facebook in Australia. And conveniently, it was right around the same time that we were launching a business there through Secret. So I wanted to learn how to do all these different things. And I'm sure a lot of you guys too, you want to learn how to be able to create compelling content that'll engage people, and to be able to get them to start coming to you and asking questions. And you don't want to be chasing people all day long. And there's ways you can use social media that you're just chasing people. And I know we've all probably been guilty of putting up that post that is like, hey, I just joined this opportunity. I'm looking for 5 motivated people, and we're going to form a team and go out and do this. And I learned that that's not really the way to do it. And, for me, I like to call it attraction marketing. I wanted to be able to build a brand around myself and this community that was so just intriguing and attractive that I had people on a regular basis that were saying, hey, what do you do? Hey, what's going on? How are you making your money? How are you able to travel like this? How are you able to speak on stage? What are you doing? I wanted people asking me those type of questions. That way I could live my lifestyle, my life, my lifestyle business, and to be able to just share it and motivate and add value to people around the world. And in the process, be able to get people that are open to the business asking questions. So there's a couple different things that I learned. And one of the main things that I'm posting about all the time, and I just establish this up front, you want to post activity, positivity, lifestyle, and recognition. Those are the 4 categories that I post on a regular basis: activity, lifestyle, positivity, and recognition. I don't want to post anything about, like renting a car that's not mine or something like that, or, like you want to be authentic to yourself. And you can do that so easily by being positive, by showing the activity in your business. You're at a wow party, you're at a home event, you're doing a sit down, post about it. Leverage the different social media tools that we have in today's world to share with people what you're doing, and then give recognition. Shout out to your team. Let people know that you got people that are working with you that are winning. And doing those type of things is how we were able to go out and get so many people asking questions. And like Josh said, for those of you that have been around for a couple years now, we had a promotion in Secret that was called Mission 20, and we got it done in about 3 weeks' time, where we went out and got 20 personal brand new agents started in the business. And that was by leveraging social media. We've been able to go out and get tons of recruits. Some of my best friends today and leaders coming up through the organization have all just been through social media. So we're going to go through what I like to call my list of C's. So the very first thing to creating good content, guys, is what you're actually taking the photo of. So this is where you want to really take some good notes and list this out, because the very first thing is capture. What are you literally taking your photo of? Are you taking a photo of a shoe on the ground, the cement, the trees, the sun? Or are you taking a photo of you sitting on the beach? Because maybe you live in California and the beach is accessible, so you want a picture of you sitting on the beach. I remember Joe Valenzuela did one a while back that was like 2 p.m. on Tuesday or something like that. And it was one of the most just captivating photos. It was like, man, I'm at work. How is this guy on the beach right now at 2 p.m. in the afternoon? It was so easy to do. So what is your photo of? What is the actual image? And you want to be aware of this type of stuff, because that's going to start playing into what people what triggers are going off, whether they're just going to scroll right by it, or they're going to stop and look and read the text and all this different stuff. So you want to be, making sure you're aware of when you're taking photos, when you're out and about doing fun things. Hey, can I snap a picture of this real quick? So capture. What is your photo actually of? Next up is content. What is the content of your photo? What is the value of your photo? And what I want you to do is ask yourself every time you're going to post a photo is, what is my goal with this post? Do I want to inspire people? Do I want to motivate people? Do I want someone to say, hey, what do you do for business? Do I want someone to say, this is awesome, high five, and nothing past that? What is your goal with it? What is the content? What message are you giving to other people by putting up this post, this video, this photo, whatever it is? So you have capture, what's a photo of? Content, what's the content within the photo? What's the value there? What's your goal with it? Next up, guys, we have context. What platform are you posting this on? because you're not going to like, think about like Snapchat. Snapchat is like live video, or Instagram, their version of it. It's more of like live, or Facebook Live. And you're not as worried that much about the quality of the image as you are telling the story and being present in the moment. And it's like reality TV. Now, if I'm posting something up to YouTube that's like a long edited video, and like there was setups, tripods, and all this different stuff, that wouldn't be appropriate to have like the Facebook Live like up there. Like, you want to make sure you're doing it on the right platform. Instagram is all, photos with smaller text. In Facebook, you have a photo, but you're going like paragraphs out and stuff like that, or you're doing videos on there. Instagram, it's a short video. It's only a minute long. Facebook, you can have videos as long as they want to be. YouTube, you can have videos as long as they want to be. So you want to be aware of, where am I trying to post this? So context, is it the right platform for that? And another way to think about this, guys, is every platform is kind of like its own country. And in different countries, people speak different languages. And if you try to speak one language in a country on the other side of the world where they don't speak that language, you're not going to communicate very well with people there. So you have different types of people that leverage Twitter versus YouTube versus Facebook versus Instagram. You need to learn to speak their language. You have to speak the language on that platform. Not every post is meant for every platform. There's stuff that goes up on Instagram that doesn't go on YouTube, that doesn't go on Facebook, but it might go, over here, and you got to be aware of that type of stuff. Next up is what I like to call caliber, your quality of your photo. And this is, I will say that the story is always more important than the quality. Telling the story is that is your most important thing. But if you can start to become aware of, well, can I get a better angle? Can I edit this afterwards? And what type of editing software am I using? What camera am I using? Most of the time, I'm using, I shoot with a Canon 80D. And that's my go-to camera. My very first camera was like $250. It was a Canon. It was the cheapest version of the Rebel series. It was a SL1. It was like $250. It wasn't crazy. I had one lens, but it upgraded me from my cell phone. And I was able to do better stuff. And I was able to get different angles and shots and all these different things. And then I started to learn how to edit this stuff. And I started to learn how to make photos look different ways, and the ways in which I wanted them to. That way I could, get whatever image and content and value across that I wanted to. But I will say the story is always more important. So you have capture, what's the photo of? Content, what's your goal with that photo? Context, are you on the right platform? And then you start worrying about the caliber of it. How can you make it better? How can you start increasing quality? And I mean, realistically, today's cell phones, guys, I mean, the new iPhone shoots in like 4K video, like you're getting top quality stuff there. But if you're able to do other things, start doing it. Now, with the content you're creating, as important as it is to be creating, it's equally as important to be consuming. Now, this is not necessarily falling under your how am I going to create good content, but this is how am I going to get people to engage with my content, because you're engaging with them. So to consume content, this is your next C, consuming content, you want to make sure that you're liking posts and commenting on it and asking people questions. If you're on Facebook, wish them happy birthday. These platforms, they work on these algorithms, right? And the more you engage with people, the more these platforms think you guys are connected, you guys are friends. So if you never ever, yeah, exactly, Josh just showed, jab, 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 right hook. You want to be, studying this type of stuff. The information's available to us everywhere. So with the platforms, the engagement, send someone a voice memo, send them a happy birthday song, do something to where they're going to go, wow, that was really cool. I'm going to go back and engage with them. And as Facebook or Instagram, as they see you guys engaging more, well, now, because they have a filtration system, because they don't want, just spam of everyone's content, they want to show you good content. The more you engage and interact with someone, the more you're going to see their content, the more they're going to see your content. So if you have all these people online that you want them to see what you're posting about, take a couple minutes out of every day, whether it be, whenever you can find a couple minutes, just go through and just comment on a couple people's things. Just give it a couple likes, say, this is awesome. If something inspires you, share it. Do that type of stuff, because people are so much more likely to do it back with you. I've actually been testing right now online with a bunch of different accounts and stuff like that, where we're doing these split tests where we have, this many comments going out, and we're seeing how many are coming back in, and we're doing all this different stuff to see the engagement and how it all works. And through doing all this, guys, so our whole goal is to create good content. We're going through capture, what are photos of, the content, what's our goal with that, context, is it the right platform, caliber, what type of quality of it, but make sure that you always keep the story first. You never want to sacrifice the story for quality. Consuming content, and this, guys, is what you're going to start to see your conversion rates coming in at. Like, you're going to start to see a ratio. You're going to learn that for every 10 posts I put up, I'll have someone that says, you know, hey, this is awesome. How do I make money with you? Or, hey, what's that secret thing that you're doing? And as you start to learn what your ratios are, you can start to kind of manipulate that. And you can start to test other things and see, okay, well, if I post on Instagram at, 11 o'clock in the morning, not that many people like it. But if I post at, 5 p.m., right when everyone just got off work, all of a sudden I get so many more people that are seeing it and engaging with it, and I'm getting higher conversion ratios. So you want to start testing all those different things, the time of day, what type of post on which platform. You got to start doing that stuff. I can tell you guys, earlier in the morning or right after work or later in the evening, those are the best times of day that I personally experience when I get the most engagement. So you want to start doing that. And as you learn your conversion, guys, the only thing left after that is your consistency. If you learn that if you put up 5 posts at this time of day, that you get this many people that start saying this, and your ratios. If you get someone on the phone, you get them on a webinar, they talk to your upline, and 1 out of 3 of them sign up. At that point, you just got to put up 15 posts, because you're gonna get 3 people to actually ask you what's going on, and 1 of them is gonna sign up. And it's so easy to do that, because the cool thing is you can post 2 or 3 times a day at the right times, and then all of a sudden you're talking about a recruit a week. 1 a week just online. And the cool thing is, as your following builds, more and more people that haven't asked yet what you're doing, what's going on, are going to be watching, and they're going to be wondering what's going on. I use Snapchat. My Snapchat is my follow-up, my Fort Knox in a box. Now, I do want to say as well, social media marketing absolutely does not replace getting out your Fort Knox, making the phone calls, doing the sit-downs. This is in addition to. This is in addition to, not a replacement of. But your Snapchat, your Instagram stories, your Facebook Live, all that stuff, it's like a Fort Knox. It's a drip system. If you're constantly positive and you're like, I'm going to do this, I love this life where I get to hang out with my kids, I'm going to the beach this day, I'm doing that, so many people are going to be like, oh my gosh, and watching and watching and watching and watching. I got it to the point where we'd have hundreds, if not thousands, of people that are watching a single snap. And if you're constantly positive and excited and you're like, yeah, just, crush this, sit down, go to the next one, or, so-and-so just got started, super excited for them. People are watching that, and you have no idea how many people will watch you and never say a word. They won't engage, they won't click, they won't like, they won't comment, but they're watching. I promise you guys, I went out with a couple friends this last weekend. I had 4 people in one night come up to me here in Boise, Idaho, came up to me and said, 2 of them were prospects from before. 1 was a friend from real estate, and 1 was a friend of a friend. All 4 of them, I've never seen them like my post. I've never seen them comment on it, but 4 different people came up to me and approached me and said, hey, let's grab coffee soon. I've been seeing you traveling all over. You're living, man, and I'm sick of my job. I'm sick of what's going on. I wish I would have gotten started, or it's time to really check that thing out for reals. When can we grab coffee? Hit me up soon. 4 people in one night because of that consistency, right? You just got to be consistent and keep going, keep doing that stuff. When you learn what works, you learn your ratios, all you got to go out and do is capture content. What's your message? Make sure it's context, right platform. Increase your quality as you can. Consume other people's content, engage with them, be their biggest fan, be their biggest supporter, the most positive person in their life, and you'll become their biggest influencer. It's so easy. And that's going to start your conversion. You're going to start seeing what happens with that, and at that point, just consistent, and from there, just create all over again. Rinse, wash, repeat. That's the whole cycle, guys. So you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have Snapchat, you got Instagram stories, and you have Twitter and YouTube and all these different platforms, and there's new ones that are coming out on a regular basis. And it's so easy to be able to learn how to go out and effectively use these. And it just takes a little bit of time. Pick up the books like Josh showed you, Jab, 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 Right Hook, Gary Vaynerchuk. That's an amazing one. There's a surplus of information on the internet. If you go to YouTube and type in how to, tell a better story in a video or something, there's so much of that. Now, past this, I want you guys to understand that is kind of our outline on creating content for you, how you can go out and create content. But what I want to ask you guys is to to know that sharing other content that's already created is equally as effective. And Josh and I have been working nonstop with the leadership in this group. At the family reunion, I mean, I've been editing photos and video, and I got content of all of you guys that's coming out and your leaders. And all you want to be doing is consistently, I mean, we have like, seriously, there's enough videos to be able to post, you know, multiple videos a week for the next year that are coming out from this one weekend, and we're still creating more stuff. But the cool thing is, like, every time a video comes out, if you take a second and you post it and you tell a story on how you met that person or how they inspired you or what they did to help you in your business, and you're constantly sharing that with other people, we're putting together content that's going to help you guys. So you need to understand, like those Facebook algorithms. Remember we talked about engaging with other people so they understand that these people want to see your information, they want to see more stuff going on. The more we like a post from the Secret Elite Facebook, the more we like a post from Basic Agent Training or, you know, something like that, the more it's going to go viral. The more it's going to show up in other people's news feeds because Facebook says this is good content. We did a video with Tiffany Malott, you know, one of the top earners in North America, and it got 35,000 views organically in a little under a week because it got almost 700 likes, about 300 shares, and it was a couple hundred comments as well. It was crazy. But all that engagement showed Facebook that this is valuable content, and it kept putting it in more people's news feeds, more people's news feeds. And all of a sudden, you guys know, if you like scroll Facebook, you'll see your friend liked this post. And you're not even friends with the person that they like the post, but Facebook works on this way where good content gets shown. Instagram's the same way. You're seeing all this different stuff because that's how it works now. There's these algorithms. So if you see something come out from Basic Agent Training, if you see something come out from one of our YouTube channels, from the Instagram, from something like that, share it. It's going to help you. It's going to help the organization as a whole. It's going to cause content to go viral. And all of a sudden, your friends are going to start asking, hey, what was that video you liked the other day? I saw that. I was watching it. What's going on with that? It doesn't have to always be you creating as much as you can leverage your consumption part of the list. So there's so many different things you guys can do to be able to go out and do this. And I just want you guys to know that we have so much good stuff coming, from product testimonials, to be able to help get more customers, to recruiting videos and getting to events and just lifestyle stuff, full on, you know, overviews that you can share with people that are going to be so much more compelling and engaging and exciting and just modern with today's world and how people want to receive this information. We have amazing leaders that really want to be able to have great content for you guys, and they want you guys to know how to leverage this content and how to create content for yourself. So I'm super excited to be able to help out with this. I'm super excited to be working on this project with you guys. I'm sure we can open the lines up and get some questions coming in, but thank you so much for having me. I really hope that was good for you guys. I'm gonna go over it again real quick. We got capture, content, context, caliber, consume, convert, and consistency. And that's our entire cycle. And if you guys do that over and over and over and just review it and, you know, maybe keep a journal on it, take some notes of, I posted at 3 o'clock, I posted at 5 o'clock, how much different engagement did you get? And if you start to watch that stuff, you're going to start seeing different numbers, and you're going to learn how to effectively leverage best for you in the content you're creating. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me. Josh, let's see if we have any questions coming in, and let's see this group.
One thing I want to ask you, because this is great stuff. I got great notes here. Well done, well organized, excellent, and thank you so much again for your time and this amazing wisdom. Hashtags. Now, I don't know if I heard it, but you know, you were talking to me the other day about kind of hashtags and what that is and why to do that, and maybe hashtagging secret lead or hashtagging that. Why does that help?
Absolutely, that's a great question. I actually didn't dive into that here. I will say this, guys. There's a programs that I've been wanting to create, video programs that actually show how I'm shooting photos, how I'm editing stuff, how I'm leveraging the platforms. I actually want to video this and create like real firsthand and show you guys, look, I'm going to take this photo, I'm going to edit it like this, I'm going to do it like this, so you guys can see exactly how we're doing it. And initially I was talking to Josh about, you know, putting this up on the internet and, you know, maybe monetizing it outside of the organization. And Josh was like, but this is something that we could really give to these people and really help them out with. So we're going to be creating that as well, where you guys are going to get to see these training videos on how to shoot good content, how to, you know, engage your audience via these stories. But one of the things I talked about that is going to be in that video system is your context. Are you leveraging the platform the right way? And what Josh was asking was, with hashtags, how are those how can you make those the most effective to increase engagement on your posts and things like that? Now, if you're familiar with Instagram, which hopefully you all are, you all should be. If you're not, download it right now and go get on that. Get your profile going. But Instagram gives you the ability to give hashtags. You can check into locations and all this different stuff. And the cool thing is, like, let's say you're going to an event for Secret. You can search locations. You can, let's say there's an event in Phoenix, Arizona, and I know I'm going out to Phoenix next week. So I'm starting to post videos or photos about the recognition of my team. And maybe I'm going to start tagging underneath my photo, Phoenix, Arizona, coming to Phoenix soon, Secret Phoenix, Phoenix entrepreneurs, whatever it is that I'm going to be creative with. And you can search these and figure out which ones have the most posts, which ones people are looking at the most. I can search locations and start seeing people that have posted by tagging Phoenix in the post. So now all of a sudden, if I want to recruit people specifically in Phoenix, I can go on Instagram, I can look at the locations, I can search stuff in Phoenix, and I can see all these photos and videos that have come up in the Phoenix area. And then I can go comment on it and say, hey, this is an awesome post. You know, what do you do for work? And I can start engaging conversation and building a relationship. Now, our goal, remember I said earlier, this does not replace picking up the phone, going to the sit down, stuff like that. You got to do the real activity. But one of the things they said at the family reunion is social media can be leveraged to bring more people to you, and your goal should be to get off the computer, off your texting cell phone, to get on the phone and in front of them as fast as possible. So you can leverage these hashtags to connect with people that are searching for specific topics. Maybe you go on Instagram and you type in motivation or gym motivation or whatever it is because you want to get excited about one specific thing, and you're going to look at all these different photos that come up. Well, you can put those on your post and be one of those posts that people search for. And you can also go through and search motivation and find everyone that's posting about motivation. Holy smokes, think about this. You can find a list of people that are posting about being motivated. How many of you guys would like to have motivated people in your business? There's people that are posting about it and literally tagging themselves saying, I'm motivated, me. You can go find them doing that. So you want to learn how to leverage, you know, the locations, the tags, the time of day in which you're posting, that giant list of things that, you know, are going to be able to help you guys do it. And I can't wait for that program to be ready for you guys to just be able to study up on that and really become masters of social media marketing.
Me too. And I'm excited about this, guys. If you haven't downloaded this app yet, please. And if you haven't gotten into the professional side with your laptop, please do that so you can get acquainted with that. You can start sharing stuff. We're going to start loading in emails with some videos here as soon as they come off the chopping block. I know George's working extraordinarily hard on these, and you are going to be, I know, blown away with the quality of work that he's putting in. Again, another shout out to Gary Vaynerchuk, Jab, Hook, cool book to follow up. But I believe we had our own Gary Vaynerchuk and Jordan Bastardo here this evening. You did a great job, brother. It's a pleasure to be on the phone with you and talk with you and see your enthusiasm and passion talking about what is so important today and making it relevant to all of us. So if there's any questions, I know we see Chris from South Korea. I don't know if you're back there already, but massive love to you, brother. Thanks. And Chris was the reason I brought this book up. Real quickly, before we get into the questions and officially close the webinar, Joe Valenzuela, Ben Bradshaw next week. Don't miss about nutrition, strategies on nutrition. Ben is doing some extraordinary work. Very proud of him. And Joe Valenzuela obviously is a master next week on this webinar. You're not going to want to miss that. Tomorrow night, Facebook Live, Jesse James McPherson is going to be live at corporate office. In my opinion, there's not a better presenter, I think, in the secret opportunity than Jesse McPherson. He's going to be delivering the goods. I would encourage you to get every guest you possibly on the basic agent training Facebook page live. If you go in there and Jordan, how do you go into a page and make sure you see it first? So that way,
you can turn on notifications.
Subscribe to the live feed.
Yeah. So you'll go to like the settings and within a group. So like at the top bar, there's a couple different bars across, and there will be like a settings tab, and you can actually click to see those notifications first. and you want to be able to do it on all of our pages because you don't want to miss promotions. You don't want to miss photos and videos that are being posted that you can leverage these tools. So make sure that you guys, within the secret community, your leadership, you want to be doing this with all of their content because they're creating content on a regular basis for you guys to be able to go out and share and learn from. So definitely make sure that you have it set for you to be able to see it first. And that'll probably be another thing that's a great, I'm going to actually take a note that we should probably put that in the program that we're going to put together for everyone to be able to consume good content. So.
Yep. And then the secrets out. Also another way to go straight to that Facebook Live page. But that's tomorrow night. Yeah, Mountain Standard. That would be 9 Eastern and 6 Pacific Standard. So anyway, any questions? Why we have the master himself, Jordan, here. Away for all of you guys that are actually plugged right into YouTube. I see there's a bunch. Guys, if you go on to the Basic Agent Training web, you can join us for the. You don't have to. Would love to have you there though, and get your collaboration and your feed here. Be important. Here we got a question. Josh is cutting out for me. Where exactly do we send people tomorrow to hear Jesse? That's Basic Agent Training Facebook page. I'll type it in here. Questions right now, guys?
Thank you. I appreciate that, guys.
I think those are the two.
Yep, the links are coming up.
Right there. Okay, those links. Name of the book again. Bam. Jab, 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 right hook. Gary Vaynerchuk. Okay. All right. I think y'all got it. This is great. Brad says beast, of course. A lot of great comments here. A lot of people happy. I think we're going to get a nice boost and some social happiness here at the secret community. I can't wait to get some of these videos. I know you've been working on it.
Yeah. So guys, what would be actually really cool to do, we're going to let's put out a flyer, Josh. Let's put out a flyer for tomorrow's event or a post, some type of flyer or post for that event, the training tomorrow, the secretsout.com. And let's see how many people we can get to share this post as soon as it goes up.
Can you work? You know me, I'm horrible about that. Jesse's from his.
Yeah, I can help out with that.
And post it up on the Elite, send me a message, and guys, yeah, I think that's a great idea. Everyone share, like, go crazy with it.
Yeah, let's get crazy on social media, guys. There's
this is the trifecta. The trifecta is like, comment, and share, right?
That's it. That is it. So guys, I mean, you'll see some of the things that I do on a regular basis is I'm tagging my team and stuff. I'm sharing it on people's pages. You just got to be, very, very active on that. And, so many people will start to see this stuff and your business will take off. You'll have more people coming to you on a regular basis and you know what to do with.
A question from Leah. Do you recommend sharing same content in multiple platforms?
Sharing the same content on multiple platforms? So there's
not necessarily, based on what you said.
Right. So what I said earlier is the same post is not just like we were talking about the different languages in different countries. I'm not going to try to speak Spanish in China because it's not going to be very effective there. I might put up a photo on Instagram about a story. So take one story, and on Instagram, I'm going to tell that story in a photo, and on Facebook, I'm going to tell it in a short video, and I'm going to put a link to YouTube in both of those posts going to the long video. I might do something like that. So I might share the same content, but not the same actual captured image. It's going to be a different photo, a different video, all pointing back to what I wanted people to be looking at in the first place. Or if that photo was what I wanted to look at in the first place, maybe I'll put, real short text on Instagram and a longer message on Facebook, or maybe I'll spread them out and just wait a couple of days. So someone that saw it on Instagram doesn't immediately see it on Facebook and have no interest in looking at it. Maybe they'll, oh yeah, I remember they posted this a couple of days. I'll look at it again and re-engage.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jordan. I'm looking forward to future engagements like this and more interviews here in the future, and definitely looking forward to all the incredible work that you've done. I appreciate you. I respect you. So does everyone here across the secret community. So thanks again so much for your time.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you.
God bless. Hey, see you next week. Joe Valenzuela, Ben Bradshaw, gonna make it happen. God bless and have a wonderful, fantastic week. And tomorrow, Jesse McPherson, Facebook Live.